So you're about to watch a video clip of me talking to the camera, but me also forgetting I muted the camera. So I'm doing some voice overlay for a little bit here, the first section of the video. Basically what I'm discussing here is that I'm taking the center support out of the current floor pan, drilling it out. It's rusted as can be, as you'll see in the pictures. And I'm using the two pieces from the floor pans, as you're about to see here, or I can take them and make one good one or one passable one. You can see on the outer edges, they tie into the two sides of the rocker panels. So I want to be able to keep this strength here. You'll see there's a lot of spot welds that are drilled out on both the silver floor pan donor, and you can see it's cut into two pieces because of the floor pans were cut as two pieces rather than one. And then the centerpiece here, which is what I want to tie all this together, make it one solid piece. Solid is a relative term when you look at how badly rusted and corroded and how much is actually missing here. So add the rust and corrosion onto the spot welds I ended up drilling out, and you have great sections like here that are completely missing. You got some parts here. Oh, you can see there's a whole lot missing there. So this is in fairly decent shape, so I think what I'm going to end up doing here is taking the best of the silver two pieces and attempting to weld it to the red support, burgundy, if you will. A lot of good pieces in here. You can see the spot welds all drilled out ahead of time. I'm thinking what I might do is like find some good sections where I can cut it, either along the seam or along the edge where it folds over, and just assess what's best and what I can save and what I can use. The two floor pans are slightly different. The seats are in a different location. You can see the seat bolt holes here. One's the original and one's the silver one, and they're, from my understanding, starting in '92, they changed the location of the seats where they sit. So you're going to see me here overlay it and kind of compare how much there's actually similar to these two pieces. So being that I'm tying in the 79 LTD seats, rocker panels, and the rest of the car, I think what I want to do is keep this supported in one piece to give it some strength. And the spot welds aren't bad to reuse as long as I don't end up blowing through with my welds. Cutting the silver pieces so I can replace what's missing, what's really rotted out. It's fairly thin metal, so I'm going to do my best to spot weld it in place and not blow through it, the floor pan. And then combining these two pieces, it's going to be ugly. You can see how ugly it is right here. But once I get it all welded together, I think what I'm going to end up doing is just putting some seam sealer over top of it. It's going to be underneath underlay and carpet. You're never going to see it. So I'll know, and the next person who buys it will know once they see my video, and if I move this car on down the road here. So you're going to watch some video coming up here now of me butchering some welds, burning through, and thank goodness there's sound overlay, so you don't have to hear me swearing at the camera. So. this is me showing the welds between splicing part A and part B together, and of course me forgetting I still have the microphone on mute on the camera. So again, this is all going to be covered up. It's rough, it's kind of ugly, but I did go back over later and fix up a bunch of the welds. So let's go, we'll have some audio.
So next step in here, we're going to get rid of this. So a couple marks here. I'm going to have to split it along this edge here. Drill out the spot welds. Probably cut it here. Keep this metal. This looks pretty good here. This looks pretty decent. But I get rid of all of this. Get rid of this guy here. And what I've done is I've taken existing metal up to here. From here forward is, it's pretty crunchy there. So that's gonna go, and this will be tucked in down here once I replace this with a little bit of cardboard aided drafting, little CAD drawings or drafting. So I cut that out, follow the lines, and then fold these over here. I think this part actually is going to stay because this top part here looks quite good. This just needs to be straightened out once I've got this part cut, bent, and then replaced. So for right now, mark out where I'm going to cut out, and then cut some fresh sheet metal and start bending it up. So here's where we're at. This is the front corner. All original spot welds are not greatest, but I'll just do a little putty in there. Didn't bother grinding these because I don't think you'll really see them. This fender goes over top of here. These are the mounting holes for the fender. Down here are the mounting holes for the fender. Again, spot welds will all be hidden. This will all be hidden, so I don't bother grinding it. This is new material here, up to here. This is all new as well. Bent it and curled it in here as best I could. These are actually like drain vents from the looks of it. It goes through the inside here and drains through. Back to the back end. Did some repair work in preparation. This is cut out of here because it's very thin, and this is on the outside of the car. So I cut a new piece, welded it, grind it, and then I'll just put a little schmoo, a filler on there. Other than that though, this is actually really quite clean. This is going to be a datum, so that when I cut it into the car, it'll be like a reference point where I can actually use it as a datum to line things up. This actually doesn't look that bad underneath here at all. This fender is a little crunchy on the outside, but really it's quite good inside of here. So dent here, and then there's another dent here. You can see there's a mark. I'm not sure whether I'm going to try to pull that out. There's no way to access it from the back side because it's, well, a solid rocker. It's a little bit of surface rust, but some trim clad or whatever rust protecting paint we have. This is part of the floor pan that's already in the car right here, so I'll be straightening this out and lining it up and cleaning off the schmoo. But other than that, it's in pretty good shape. Spot welds again on this side here. Probably have to finish those two before I do anything more. Again, I'll just put some trim clad or maybe some bed liner on there. Straighten all this stuff out because it's going to get cut and lined up. So other than that, this is pretty much ready to go onto the car. Just a little bit of surface rust here. I'll clean it up. You see the spot welds are already kind of marked, and I've already drilled most of the spot welds out of the B-pillar in the car. So I'll scuff this up and sand it and get it ready for install, which should be the next part of this project, unless I decide I want to work on the second one. As you can see it in there. Preparing the rusty parts for installation. All right, That's it for today.